Hello, welcome to Pack Rat Route and Scale Model Railroad. Today is Thursday, the 30th of October, 2019. Been busy most of the month with different odd projects and stuff down at my dad's bar. Back towards the beginning of the month, we did a Christmas for kids. We raised over $1,400 for that. Did a bags tournament and a catfish fry. And a couple weeks ago we did a golf putt-putt. That was for big brothers, big sisters. We had 22 teams all together come to the tavern. There was 9 holes, so 9 different taverns. That was I don't know how much they raised for that. We were just one of the spots on the deal, so made a windmill for that. Turned out pretty cool. And then we went down to Southern Illinois this weekend and stayed at Harris Casino down there. And they have the Metropolis Bridge, which was originally built back in 1913 or 14 I think, if I remember right. And it was built for the CB&Q. Neat old bridge. They back, well, I talked to one of the local saloon owners down there, and I seen some coal trains, some coal cars on it, and he said they dump a lot of the coal there, and then they load down to barges. And his wife also is a somewhat kind of a big league or whatever for one of the barge companies around there. It's on the Ohio River, so it's a real busy traffic area. As far as the model railroad goes, I've done a lot of foam work. Got the base down. Also, over the last month, I bought about 150 feet of track, 85 feet of flex, 66 pieces of 19-inch radiuses. It's 27.5 feet, and another 66 pieces of straight track. That's another 27.5, and half a dozen re-railers and 16 switches. I think it's pretty even, 8 and 8, I think is what that is. So I'll take you on a little tour here of the what I've got going on. So, all right. Okay, here we are entering the train room. You can see got the foam and elevation changes down on almost everything. I need to put in 3 more elevation changes. One of them's here, and the other one's on the other side. Actually, there's one going around there. I'll show you later, another one over there, but I got the majority of the other ones done. Lots of track to lay. I have, I think, about 230 feet of track on hand right now, and another 36 switches or so. I have 32 laid down right now, and there'll probably be another 34 more on this main area here. Now what I got going is, let's start off over here where it kind of comes in. Now this line here will lead around into the yard. It'll split there, have a dead end track going down there, and come in here also, and there'll be 6 38-inch long sidings there. Next to that I'll put a engine house, and then a vacant track next to the engine house, and there'll be a runaround for the switches right here also. That'll run around over to here. And then also there'll be a 8-foot long complete yard run around that I'll use for staging. That goes all the way around up to here. I don't have the switches laid out for this yet, but it'll come out here and go around. And then there'll be one that goes into the yard there. This one here. And then I'll have a dead end siding that wraps around going up to there. And as far as the main line, there'll be a switch here that goes around over to there, and there'll be another switch here that goes around also. Now, this is that upper switch here that I just showed you. That one there. That comes down around this way, ties in here. Go into that tunnel if it wanted to. And, or if it's coming out of the tunnel, you'll be able to either go up this way around to that turnout, or coming out of the same tunnel, I'm going to have what I'm going to call a steam museum yard with 2 or 3 switches in there, an old engine house, old coaling tower. I'm going to make it like a museum thing so I can have my excursion train. Steam train will be excursion train. And on this other side over here, I'm going to have a lumber yard of this line that comes up and around. I'll have the lumber yard come back over in here in this area, and put more trees and stuff around the little pond, kind of have it look a little hidden deal. And again, coming out of the tunnel, you can go straighter on, which will be behind this line here, around there, and hook on to the main, which follows around, comes out back there, goes on this line. Let's see if I can get a good angle here. I'm going to put those electric switches back here. Try those out, see how well those work. Here's this. I had to turn the camera off so I could climb underneath this. But here's the other 2 lines. The one that's foamed right there, that one goes down into the yard. The upper one, that's the main line. Now, in this area here, I'm going to have a gravel loading facility with 2, 40-inch long sidings there. Load the gravel up in here. I'll put a tower, loading tower. Down in here, there'll be 1 or 2 large piles of gravel that'll be fed from underground. And down below that, I'll have a crushing facility down in here, and then the rest of it will be an open mine, not really a pit, but just a mine that they will, they're mining limestone, and I'll get a big shovel for that, and a large haul truck also, and some other little pieces of heavy equipment around. Of course, everything back there will be covered up until here where it comes out, the main line there, and even the yard lead area. Okay, back to the yard area. These outer, there'll be 3 sidings up here that of course they'll tie in. That'd be for the main line, arrival, departure, actually before for departure. Those are 8 foot long. The one next to it will probably about 4 foot long dead end that comes off of here, and that's got different elevation there too. A lot of elevation changes. Now this outside track here I'm using for staging, so that when the train comes in, this is where if it needs to be like gravel loads added or subtracted to the train itself, and then from there I'll drag the cars up and put them in their appropriate sidings up here to be added to the train for departures up into here. And up in here, just off this main line here, siding, is where the turnout will be to go back in here to get the gravel cars loaded. And I'll use the siding on the main line to do that with. There's an upper and a lower main line there. I decided to raise this lower yard area up about 3/4 of an inch or so. I really didn't like the depth that was going to be separating these two. I wanted a little bit shallower transition and make it a little easier for scenery, and I don't know, just have a vision, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Got a lot of track to lay. I've done a lot of pondering. You can see what the transitions here that I made with chipboard. That one, this one, those back there has some transitions on them also. Over here, that's all elevation changes, and of course elevation change here, and another one there. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It'll probably be a few more weeks before I get another update done, but I should have a lot of track laid by then. See ya.